Hey, what's up, guys? It's your girl, Tina Blaze, and welcome back to the Tina Blaze Show. And I have a very, very special guest, a friend of mine. His name is Ray Lyles. Ray, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course,
Appreciate you.
absolutely. So, those of you who don't know Ray, Ray is actually a creative. He's an entrepreneur, a mentor, a community leader who's been using his voice, vision, and hustle to empower the next generation. From launching innovative projects to guiding youth through creative expression and entrepreneurship, Ray's journey is all about impact and intention. And I'm so, so happy to have you finally. And it's
Thank
crazy
you.
because, yes, I feel like we've known each other for a few years, but we never
Mhm.
got the chance to actually sit down to get to know each
Yeah.
other. So I'm so excited about today.
What better right on the podcast. You gave me the best intro ever. You made me sound like a superstar. I appreciate that.
Of course, you are a
Thank you.
superstar.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I will say that I don't know anyone who's doing what you're doing, to be honest with you.
Appreciate
Like,
Thank
you
you.
are a
Okay.
powerhouse. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. But yeah, no, I'm super excited to get to know you better, of course.
Mhm.
I'm excited for my fans to get to know you as well.
Mhm.
So, I want to start by asking you this question because I feel like you've had a very, very interesting journey.
Yes.
So,
Very interesting.
yeah, so I'm definitely ready to dive in there. So I want to start with Sue's Rendezvous, which is very iconic. And it's crazy because I'm from Connecticut and
Mhm.
I heard about Sue's Rendezvous and everyone used to talk about it growing up. And I never got a chance to go because I don't really go to strip clubs. But
Yeah.
I think it would have been exciting to go during that time, right? Especially
Oh, it
for
was a great
those.
time.
Yes, absolutely. I'm sure you had a great time.
Yeah, yeah, great time back then.
Absolutely,
Yep.
and of course, I know the legendary Cardi B, she used to work there as well, so I'm a
Mhm.
huge fan of her. So I think it's really cool that, you were able to be around her and around other
Mhm.
people as well in that
Mhm.
industry. So I definitely wanna know, like, how did you find yourself managing Sue's Rendezvous and, like, what drew you to that world?
Oh man, I honestly, nothing drew me. I just needed a job at that time, and I was, I was just looking for a job, and I was like anything. And just so happened, I just knew the owner and the owner's son for a long time. We all went to
Mhm.
elementary school, and I used to just hang out there. I was just hanging out all the time, and they was like, "Hey, Ray, you want a job?" I was like, "Yeah, I think I can do that. Okay, I can figure this out." And they just kinda threw me out there, and that's how it started. I was like, they just kinda threw me out there. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, I hear
Yeah.
you. Listen,
Mhm.
that I think
Yeah.
that's a great story too, right? Because obviously
Yeah.
like you needed something, right? You needed a
Yeah.
job and obviously it kind of shaped you to who you are today. So,
Mhm. Mhm.
I definitely want to know like, how was your experience managing it? I'm sure you've had a lot of experiences and wild nights there.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
I wanted to know how your experience was, but also like, what did that chapter of your life kind of teach you about the people that were working there and what did it teach you about yourself?
The experience was, well, I was young, so I had a ball. Yeah, at the beginning, it was a lot of fun, and I was ecstatic because it was I'm a young guy, and you have all these beautiful women working there. So I'm just like, "Oh, man, this is like a dream come true." And then you start working there, and then it becomes a job. Then you realize it's not a party, it's actually a job, and I was actually working every day. I managed the girls. That was my job. I had to, so I was hiring, firing. I did the stage and stuff like that. And after a while, it became you get all out of the googly eyes and you get really caught up. This is my job day to day. And it was stressful. A lot of people used to go there all the time and say, "You got the best job in the world." I'm like, no, I really don't. Right? Because you realize that, everybody says they want a lot of girlfriends until you have a lot of girlfriends. It's very hard to manage a lot of women at the same time. It's a lot of different energy you got to deal with. It was very stressful, but I learned a lot. I will say that I learned about about being a human, really understanding people. When I was there, I got really caught up in being a strip club guy, and I became that. And I think sometimes our environments kind of shapes us and molds us. So there was drinking, party, and stuff like that. So I learned a lot from there. I would say I learned just learning how to deal with people, learning how to deal with emotions, learning how to because it was a high strung environment. Learning, I think the biggest thing I've ever learned in a strip club. the difference between real love and fake love. I think I learned that the most. If there was one thing I could say I took away was I learned the difference between fake love and real love. Yeah,
Mm.
that's the journey I think I learned the most, the most. Eh,
That's
yeah,
interesting. Okay,
yeah.
okay, there's definitely a difference between the 2.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is, and I say that in space. Like sometimes fake love, it felt better than real love. So it was very hard to understand which one is real and what's fake. And so it's easy to say real love and fake love, but fake love sometimes sounds better than real love because fake love tells you everything you want to hear. It tells you
Mhm.
everything. Nobody really tells you no.
But no, thank you. Thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for sharing that, right? Everyone has their own like definition and version of what love is. So it's great that you were able to kind of understand like the difference between the 2, right? So that's good.
Yeah, yeah. I learned it on the way. I learned it on making mistakes though.
Mhm.
So I did
Exactly.
will say that. I learned it along the way. I learned
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
beautiful journey though. I mean, I think life teaches us a lot through, ups and
Mhm.
downs, and sometimes the scars become the most beautiful marks on our bodies. So I
Yeah.
enjoyed what I did and I learned a lot.
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you for
Mhm.
sharing that. So I definitely want to switch gears here. I definitely want to, ask you a few questions about, I guess, your mission when it comes to the House of Noir. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yes, it's everywhere.
Okay, I should know how to pronounce noir correctly. I'm Haitian, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I should. I could
Yeah,
say it in in Creole,
yeah.
but yeah, so, I definitely want you to kinda just talk to me a little bit about your journey with House of Noir and kinda talk to us a little bit about the mission behind it.
So pretty much, I love fashion. I love doing fashion shows. I like producing fashion shows for a very long time. And when I was doing fashion shows, we used to have these big casting calls in Manhattan. Maybe 100 kids would come out, the ages 5 to 25. And there'd be five of us just judging them and deciding who gets to be in the show. And every week we would practice at Lehman College until the big show. It would take 3 months to develop the show. And what I realized is, these kids were so nervous when they first met us. And then 3 months later, they came and rocked the show. Like it was just 400 people, and these kids would walk with so much confidence. I couldn't even do it. I know that for sure. I couldn't do it. And it showed me that, throughout time, I realized I had more than just fashion. It was really building a self of understanding who you are. You kind of just walk out there. These kids didn't know what clothes we were going to put on them, and they didn't know what makeup. They just kind of just embodied it and went and walked, and they walked with so much confidence. So I
Mhm,
realized that throughout my journey, it was like, yo, I saw there was more a deeper that fashion is really like we make the fashion. Fashion doesn't make us. You got to really walk with confidence, energy, and so I developed a program, a nonprofit about building self-esteem through fashion art, a curriculum that teaches kids that pretty much they say don't judge a book by its cover, but unfortunately, the world does judge you by your cover. And understanding that most books are picked up by the cover. People
mhm.
judge you within the first 7 seconds. So you got to really know who you are. And if you don't, then people will you kind of will get led. People will tell you who you are. So you got to kind of know who you are. And that's what my program's all about, building our self esteem through fashion and art.
Ah, I love that. I love that. I think that's awesome. I definitely think there is multiple ways to build your self-esteem through art, especially fashion, right? Like even with me, like I'm still learning how to like, dress a certain way when I go to certain events, right? Because I want to look presentable. And, when I do dress up, I definitely feel more beautiful,
Yeah,
more confident for sure.
right.
So I love the fact that you're doing that for the youth. I
Yeah.
think that's very important. And I definitely think that they really need that, right? Because a lot of them some of them don't really have role models either, right?
Mhm.
So I feel like they can almost become their own role model in a sense, having someone like you helping them to build their confidence through fashion, through being, themselves or just being creative, self-expression. So
Yeah.
I love that. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's what it's all about. I look at the program more of like, and when it comes to me, because I'm 42 and I'm still,
Mhm,
we all have that insecurity at some point. But it's kind of just kind of really truly believing. I get a haircut, I feel great. You know what I mean? Like if we
mhm.
get a new coat, we all do. So I help people just kind of guide to understand, like, understand who you are. I'm not trying to make you into anything besides who you are and the best version of yourself, really.
Absolutely. I love that. That's amazing. We need more people like you, Ray.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course, absolutely. So, I wanna know, what does membership look like for you in practice? I guess in what ways have you been connecting with the youth, right? Aside from trying to build their confidence, are there other ways that you kinda help them or want to help them?
Well, I mean, I always try to speak at different speaking engagements,
Mhm,
mental health or just speaking at the youth period. I think that more people need to get more active because majority of us didn't have a mentor. Even during this journey of business, no one really just jumps in and says, "Hey, why don't you make this left turn instead of right?" You got to kind of make mistakes for people
mhm,
to find out, and I think that's something that we got to go back and really fix. Is trying to help these kids or give guidance so they don't make the same mistakes we did, and I think that's what it all is about. So if I even see a kid who interested in anything, I'm willing to let him talk to him, feel, go where. And I think what's cool about it, I don't look 42 and I still act like them. And they kind of, they see someone like them. So, and I think that's
mhm,
a lot of the journey. A lot of us men, especially men, need to get back active and talking with kids and getting back
mhm.
active and more protection. So I think it's important.
Yeah, absolutely. No, thank you for sharing that. First of all, you don't look 42, number 1.
Thank you. Thank you.
I actually thought you were younger than that.
There you go.
But no, that's great. No, you're right, and it's great that you are, finding different ways to kind of relate to them. Like you said, you act a little different, right? So you're able to kind of connect with them, on a deeper level. So that's really
Yes.
cool.
Hmm.
Cool. Awesome. So I definitely want to learn a little bit more about Mount Vernon Wall Street. Maybe
Okay.
you can kind of talk to us a little bit about that project
Yeah.
and, why was that like so important for you to be involved in?
Well, this is around COVID when we tried it. I just felt like during that time, right? I don't know if everybody remembers, but this is when, people were killing black people randomly in the middle of the street. I'm not saying there was any particular year that it's been happening forever, but COVID was a time where everybody's now paying attention to the news channel and this is happening. And a lot of protesting was going on. And I felt like there's a way I always been thinking like there's always, we're portrayed in one light on a news channel. Like when I come to my skin color, that we're portrayed in one way on the news, and but there's never really highlighting the great businesses that we do. And and I love the fact that these young women get together and do these mimosa brunches, women empowerment. I love that. The men don't really do that. So I wanted to create a unity with the police officers, the firefighters, and this men just in suits, so kids could see this and empowerment of men and people being together, and even with women too. I mean, just showing that we can wear a suit and just enough light because we're always portrayed in one way. And I just would like to show, okay, there's duality in everything. Like let's make it seem. Let's not just show one side of the spectrum. We also wear suits. We also police. Well, you're firefighters. We do all those things too. So I wanted to showcase and we got a black mayor, a woman black mayor. So that was, I think it's important to show all those things.
Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely. Absolutely. No, it's definitely important it's very very important to show all of those things, especially being someone that's young, kind of, looking up to these people, right? And I love the fact that you mentioned that a lot of women are doing those, women empowerment brunches,
Yeah,
lunches, you know what
I
I
love
mean?
it.
I've been seeing that a lot lately and I think it's beautiful and I don't see it much on the men's side. So
No,
it's great that you're, kind of tapping into that field for sure. We need
yeah.
more of that.
I think
Definitely.
yes, we're watching the women do it. When someone's leading the horse, so we got to follow.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Women are leaders too, so
Yeah.
no, I love that. That's amazing. Um, and also, I guess, I want to talk about self-esteem. I know we talked a little bit about confidence already.
Mhm.
You emphasize self-esteem a lot and identity, in your work.
Mhm.
So I wanted to know, like, how do you help someone find themselves, I guess, through art?
Yeah. I think it's, they say that fashion period, clothes period, they say, especially in the youth, they say it boosts your confidence by 70%. I've did the data of just someone getting their hair done and sneakers and stuff like that. And I try to showcase that, I've seen the best dressed people I've seen in downtown Brooklyn and they shop at the thrift store. And they just picking things up and they make things go. So I do cool activities. I bring a bunch of kids down to the thrift store and we had a contest. You have maybe you have 10 minutes to pick out an outfit. You have a $10 budget. You have to pick out an outfit and you got to rock that and rock it on the runway. And the whole premise of it is to give them the creative spirit to find who they are in that 10 minute, 20-minute span. And they're just picking random things, but they got to embody it. And the main thing is just really trying to find who you are and not really make those clothes or Gucci or Louis Vuitton decide who you are. That don't mean none of that. I mean, because we can wear the same thing. It's how you wear it, how you embrace it. And that's how people gonna feel you. That's how people gonna understand you. So I just try to do just different exercises, understanding different things and put them in different scenarios. And we're all one, we're all the same. And like I
Mhm.
said, even me at this age, we all have sometimes lose self-confidence and sometimes we need to pick me up. Sometimes we gotta look in the mirror like, yo, I'm that motherfucker. You know what I mean? We have to do that and push
Mhm.
and remind ourselves. So I try to do that for them. Like you that, you, you her, you him. Just remind you are that.
Yeah,
Yes. We need more.
definitely. Absolutely. No, I love that. First of all, I love the fact that you allow them to express themselves through the clothes. You guys
Yeah.
gave well, you gave gave them a $10 budget
Mhm.
and just had them pick whatever they want, and just kind of like embody it, like you said. I think that's really cool. And I never knew that, you mentioned 75%, so, like, I if you basically said, like, kinda getting dressed up, trying to look the best that you can actually boost your confidence
Yeah.
75%, is that what you said?
Yes. Yeah. So about
Wow.
75%, but just simply choosing something, getting your hair done,
Huh.
it's about 75%. So it shows in the data that these little key marks, us
Mhm.
taking self-care really makes us feel a little bit better.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. For me, I feel like it's 100%. Personally. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's amazing, and I'm glad that you did your research on that, and I think it's true, right? Like you said, a haircut, getting your hair done, makeup, whatever the case may be, it definitely boosts your self-esteem, so
Exactly.
I love that. I love that you're helping them out to do that. That's awesome. And you did mention something too about, like, when it comes to, like, designer clothes. I agree with you because I see a lot of people, no offense, with designer clothes, and they make it look cheap.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah.
crazy. Like, it's
Yes.
just the way that they style it. Some of them don't style it at all, they just throw it on.
Yeah.
I can speak for myself, like, I don't wear designer, but, like, I try to, like, when I put something on, I try and make it look as best as possible, to
Yeah.
the point where, like, some people will ask me, "Oh, where do you shop?" And I tell them, and they're like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah," so it's really all about, like, how you style your clothes, so
And that's what I love. I love styling more than designing because
yeah.
styling is uniquely custom fit for you. This is how I did it. This is how I did it. You can buy designers and that a mannequin can wear a designer, but styling, that's
Mhm,
that's uniquely custom fit for your look, what you want people to see you as. So I love the styling part of just, I'm gonna put it on like this. So designer don't mean you could dress. That definitely don't mean that. It just
mhm.
means you can buy expensive stuff. It don't mean you could dress. You know.
Exactly. No, I agree 100%. Do you actually style people, Ray, or do you
I
go
I do it just I play around. I ain't gonna
okay.
call myself a stylist, but you put me in a room with the best of them. They're gonna be in some trouble. I tell you that. If they put me in the room, you're gonna be in some trouble.
Okay. I see you. I love
Yeah.
it. I love that. I will say you have a great sense of style. Every
Thank you.
time I see you, I'm like, how does he like put all of these colors together? I would never put a green and a purple
Yeah.
or red. Like, you know
Yeah.
how to do it. I think that is so cool. I think that's an amazing talent. It really is.
Thank
It's
you.
awesome.
I honestly believe I just thought I think I'm uniquely, unapologetically me. And I think people it just feels like that when you see someone talking like your skill. I seen you interviewing people. You feel it from certain people.
Mm,
They embody that confidence. And you're like, man, that person got something about them. So I
yeah.
don't even think it's my color balance. I just think I just believe it works, so other people believe
Right. And that's
it.
all you need sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. That is awesome. Yes. Yes. So I guess what advice would you give someone who kind of feels boxed in by their current role or identity? Like someone that just feels like they can't get out. Like what advice would you give that person?
That's probably the toughest question I ever had. But I mean, I would say like, man, I do a lot of stuff. I'm on Pinterest. I mean, you gotta get, in this new journey of my life, you gotta get comfortable loving yourself. I mean, really do. And isolation does that. you can't no one can tell you you look good, and no one can tell you if you look for validation outside of the world, you're gonna be in trouble. You really gotta find it within you, and it's harder to say because we all been isolated and, like, frustrated and everything like that, but you really find yourself being isolated and really finding what's your beauty marks. Whatever you believe you might think is your flaw, it's honestly the thing that makes you uniquely you and makes you the most beautiful. I
Mhm.
used to hate my freckles when I was young. I used to hate them. I'm like, "Oh my god, like, why do I have to have freckles?" And I used to but that made me uniquely Ray, and it's part of my identity, and it's something I you once hated, now it becomes something that makes me stand out. So what you think you not you might be the thing that honestly makes everybody remember you, and you have to embrace that thing. So that's what I would say. Find your inner beauty.
So we're back. Thank you for waiting. But no, thank you for sharing everything. I really appreciate that, and I'm sure my listeners will appreciate that advice as well. So, just another question for you, I guess. What's next for you, Ray? Like, are you
Right.
working on any new projects? Are you trying to, expand, the current projects and like, things that you have going on? So, I just kind of want to know like what's next for you in the future.
Well, right now I am working very hard with the DOE, Department of Education, and definitely other schools in Dallas, Houston, and Jersey area. I'm trying to work with the schools. I'm doing this, bringing this curriculum inside of the into public schools. So that's what I'm really pushing for because I believe we're trying to do a quarterly fast show for any public schools out there. Just having a fall season fast show, trying to also have a spring show. So I'm just trying to work very hard to trying to get this curriculum inside of all the public administrations as possible.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's my big plan right now. It's working with
Ah, I love it. I love it. I love that you're expanding to other states. I think
yeah.
that's gonna be amazing for you. I'm definitely looking forward to it, and let me know when the next fashion show is. I remember going to one of your fashion shows, and
Yeah.
I thought it was so amazing. I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh
you
my
just
god, he put all this together?" Like,
yeah.
it was so, so awesome.
Yeah.
I think it was in Harlem. So,
Yes, yes, yes,
yeah,
Miss
yeah.
Theater. Yep, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, I love
Yeah,
that for you. I'm so
yeah,
excited
I
for
love
you.
it. So keep on elevating, you gotta keep pushing. That's it. Keep pushing.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
exactly,
Mhm,
exactly.
mhm.
So exciting. So if people want to, kind of get involved in your work, your mentorship, fashion, I guess how can they connect with you? Like where can they follow you or email you?
Well, it's Ray Lyles underscore. My name should be there. So it says Ray Lyles just underscore. And then you could also hit me on House of Noir underscore as well. Always email all my information is up there. So just you can email me, call me, whatever you need, because I definitely want to work with every program there is to kind of bring awareness to this because we all kind of need a little bit of self-esteem push sometimes. So if I can help that, let's do it. Let's work together. Let's figure it out.
Awesome. I'm
Mhm.
so excited for you, Ray. I can't
Thank
wait to
you.
see what else you accomplish in the future.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. Once again, my apologies for my
Yeah,
freaking computer, like, freezing and everything, but
it's
no,
okay.
I thank you so much for this. I know it's been a while since we chatted, but I'm
Yeah,
really
yeah.
happy that I got a chance to, like, kinda get to know you, get to know what you do, and I'm
Mhm.
super excited for you.
Thank you, and I'm proud of you too. Keep doing it. Keep pushing.
Thank
I love
you.
what you're doing. Keep going.
Thank you. I appreciate it,
Yes.
Ray.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes.
Uh,
So we'll definitely connect again.
okay.
I'll let you know like once I'm ready to release this. I try to release my episodes on Fridays. I feel like those are like the best days. So I'm aiming for next week Friday, but I'll let you know for sure.
Okay.
And I might take you on that offer of you like creating flyers and stuff because I
Yeah.
just use Canva.
Yeah, I use Canva too. I'm just very
Yeah.
good at it. I just gotta be going
Okay.
crazy. I'm on it all day. Because I do a lot of people's social media pages, so to help them
Oh,
boost up their
nice.
thing. So I'm
Hmm.
constantly on Canva editing and CapCut editing all day. So any
Awesome.
way I can help boost it and really push it out, just let me know. Any way I can help, I'm willing to help.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Well, thank you, Ray. I
Thank you.
appreciate it so
Thank
much.
you. No,
We'll
I
talk.
appreciate you.
Of
Yes,
course.
definitely.
Absolutely. And I hope you have a great evening.
You too.
All right. Bye.